Hello everyone and welcome to the Health Hub Show. I hope you have been enjoying your days and you are keeping safe. So today I have a very sensitive topic and a very important topic. But before we start and before I direct you to the topic, I would like to thank our sponsors for the show today. That is DreamWorks Investment Limited Company, and they are the best architectural company within. All you need is to give a call or make a call on the contact below and they will give you the very best. When it comes to architectural design, when it comes to project planning, when it comes to interior designing, they are the people you need because they deliver. They turn dreams into reality. Now, going back to our show today, as you can see, I have a very special guest and maybe many of you know him or have seen him from somewhere, but I would really like for him to tell us who he is. What I know about him is that he's a man of many faces. He's a man of many faces, and maybe it's better for him to tell us more about himself. Karibu.
Thank you very much. I'm Sospita Letonga, great viewers. And thank you for having us in this program today.
Karibu.
I'm a resident of Embu County. And in Embu County, I do several things, as they have said. Number one, I'm in an organization called Partners in Arts and Contemporary Development, or rather known as PCOD. And this organization that implements a program that touches on health, issues of education, gender equality, and issues of male engagement in one or the other way. And in our organization, we partner with several organizations, including the National Syndemic Disease Control Council, which is a national government entity that ensures we work to prevent HIV and AIDS amongst the Kenyan citizens. Still, we partner with other government departments. This includes Directorate of Social Service, Social Development, Directorate of Children's Services, and in that particular partnership with the Directorate of Children's Services, we have something called Embu County Child Protection Network, and this network brings on board the government department, county, and the national, and also the stakeholders. When we speak about the stakeholders, we're speaking about civil society organizations that are working in the space of children.
Oh, wow.
And basically, that's what we do in Embu County and beyond, because we implement the programs in Embu County and beyond.
As I said, he's a man of many faces, and as you have heard, it is true. So today we will be checking on a very important aspect that has been going on.
Yes.
And we would really like to understand the men or the male engagement in the society. I won't say in the society, but in everything surrounding us. Okay. Can you maybe give us more information on that?
I think when it comes to male engagement, we have to take cognizance of the fact that the world, as it is today, there are three genders recognized. We have got male, we have got female, and we have the intersex.
The intersex.
Yes. And especially now in Kenya's context, those are the main genders that are recognized. But when you look at the history of the man, culturally, it is the man who has been in the leadership.
Yeah, true.
When you go to the religion, it is the man who has been the leadership position. And when you go to the modern world, actually, it is still the man who has been in leadership when it comes to political leadership. So the world looked at it as an avenue to ensure that things change as per the Sustainable Development Goals. And you know that we got around 17 SDGs. And so many of them touches on input by men, women, and the intersexes. And therefore, when it comes now to address issues that the community is facing, and we would want to reduce and eventually eradicate in the community, then when the man does not take the center role, it becomes difficult.
Yeah, true.
I want us to look at the aspect of number one. If you look at the issues of SDG number 4, which is about education equality, which is access to quality education and continuous education, who makes the decision politically on what resources are going to be rolled out to the schools. It is the politicians, majority, amen. When you go to SDG number 5, which is about gender equality, who makes the decision on the same? How much is supposed to be given and allocated, for example, to women empowerment programs? It is the men, because they are the majority in the leadership. Okay, so the UN realized that unless we bring men on board, it cannot work. World Health Organization has realized unless we bring men on board, we are not going to achieve the targets that we want globally. And therefore, as a country, we are signatories to several UN undertakings, including SDGs, including other development instruments. So as a country, we're able now then to bring on board the issue of man involvement, per se, in a very meaningful way. We have brought meaningful engagement of men in the context of the gender policy. We have got what you call the Kenya National Gender and Development Policy, 2019. Initially, when it was developed, it had 4 thematical areas. And these thematical areas are: 1, elimination of GBV in the country, involvement of women in peace and security and conflict resolution. It had the aspect of women in leadership politically. It also had the aspect of women empowerment politically, economically. But then after some time, we realized that when we looked at the SDGs, it had several parameters that could not have been achieved without now bringing the men on board.
Yeah.
So recently, the government reviewed the policy and incorporated a 5th theme: male engagement.
Male engagement.
And this male engagement is now cutting across several sectors, including the health sector. Yes.
And that is why we are here, because of specifically the health sector.
Yes.
So our target today is looking at the male perspective, or men and boys perspective. We have learned that actually tukifika hii mwezi tulipata, we were targeting the HIV sector on the men and boys.
Yes.
Actually.
Yeah.
So why is it important to engage the men and boys in HIV prevention and education?
Actually, the World AIDS Day commemoration in the whole Republic of Kenya was about engaging boys and men. And it had several activities which culminated in a marathon. Actually took part in the national marathon. I was in Nairobi. We ran for several kilometers. And marathon is not that easy.
Yeah, true.
You should have seen how people are really trying to make it. So to your question, why did we say that we want to involve boys and men? It is simple. Culturally, men are perceived to be taking the center role in shaping the culture aspect. It has been that since time immemorial, isn't it? Economically, men are still shaping the country, may it be boys or young. And you see, boys take after their mentors, who happen to be men. So these boys look upon the behaviors of the men and they follow what the men are doing. But also, you also need to realize that religious-wise, as we had said earlier, men are still ahead. And when you speak about religion, you are speaking about Christianity. It speaks much about men and boys, isn't
Men
it?
and boys.
Amen.
So we are trying to understand.
Yes. So the same case, even in the Islam community, it is about men. So when we have men and boys taking charge of their behavior, it would be easy to eliminate and end HIV by 2030, because remember, that is the target.
Oh, yeah.
We are supposed to end HIV by 2030. That is the global target, and that is the Kenyan community target. End new HIV infections by 2030. Because of course, we cannot say that we have eliminated HIV, since there are people who are already living with HIV. But new infections, we want to make sure that we have brought it to a stop. We want to close that tap.
So,
and who is the best person to do that? The man and the boys.
Speaking of the men and boys, and talking to them about HIV and AIDS and educating them on HIV and AIDS,
Yes.
you need to tell them how it's gotten or how it's acquired. And the main way that it's acquired is through sexual transmission mostly.
Yes.
So at what age do you educate these boys that sex is done this way, or is not supposed to be done, or it's supposed to be avoided?
You see, HIV prevention is not in its own island. It is within the society. And let us first look at technology. It has really brought issues on board, isn't it? Because what a child can access from the internet is much more than what we could have accessed during our days as we are growing.
Yeah, true.
But so what we are saying is that, number one, already as a government, they have put in the education curriculum, starting from the lowest level possible. They inform these children on different aspects of HIV infection. But when you look at the age of 10 to 14, 15 there, those are already adolescents. And it is during that time that curiosity that killed the cat comes on board. And at that particular moment, they need to be told the facts and the truth. Remember, I was just saying that when it comes now to the adolescents and young people, much of a HIV infection is due to sexual engagement. They need to understand from that age what to engage in context of behavior. And also remember that HIV, like sex, is not like someone wakes up in the morning and decides to have sex at that moment. No, it is a process.
Yeah.
So what you're looking at is to enhance behavior change education among the adolescents and the young people, so that they're able to make informed decisions when they're faced with that dilemma of engaging in sex. Yes.
We are going for a short break, so don't move, don't change the station, because we will be right here to learn and know more. And again, I will remind you, we have DreamWorks Investment Limited Company as the best company to cater for your space, because they give the best interior decoration. All you need is to make a call and they will deliver at your doorstep. Yani, as they say, turning dreams into reality. We will be right back.